Welcome back to the channel Coins Master Coins. They are pieces of history, tiny treasures passed down through generations, holding not just value, but a story. In today's video, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins in US history, the 1972 D Roosevelt dime. At first glance, this dime may look like any other. But for seasoned collectors, it represents more than just 10 cents. It's a relic of an era, with historical significance and, for the lucky few, a potential gold mine worth millions. The history behind the 1972 D Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The coin was designed by famed sculptor John R. Sinek, and it was chosen to honor Roosevelt's leadership and his efforts in founding the March of Dimes, which helped combat polio. By the time 1972 rolled around, the Roosevelt dime had become a staple of U.S. coinage. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, the coin was part of the nation's everyday currency. The D mint mark on our coin signifies that it was struck in Denver, Colorado, a key detail for collectors, especially when we look at the coin's potential value today. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the front, we see the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, his profile facing left. Above his image is the inscription Liberty, and to the right, In God We Trust. The coin also includes the year 1972 and the mint mark D, which signifies that it was minted in Denver. On the reverse, we have a simple but elegant design, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These represent liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. The coin's size, 17.91 millimeters in diameter, makes it one of the smaller U.S. coins, yet its importance is far from small. The 1972 D Roosevelt dime was produced during a time of economic growth in the United States. Minted in Denver, over 1.4 billion dimes were made that year. However, the sheer quantity of coins struck doesn't mean that every dime from 1972 holds substantial value. Like most coins, the 1972 D Roosevelt dime came in various grades of quality, from pristine, uncirculated specimens to heavily worn examples that have passed through many hands. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. So, what makes the 1972 D Roosevelt dime worth big money? It comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. While most 1972 dimes are valued at just a few cents, there are rare specimens that are worth a fortune. The key to a dime's significant worth lies in its minting errors and the rarity of certain versions. Coins with special minting errors, such as double dies, misstrikes, or unusual wear patterns, often fetch higher prices. For the 1972 D Roosevelt dime, one of the most sought-after versions is the 1972 D DDO, a 1972 Denver mint dime with a double die obverse. These dimes show a noticeable doubling in the date and letters, making them extremely valuable. The most famous of these errors can command prices reaching into the millions of dollars. Yes, millions. Some versions of the 1972 D DDO have sold for over $700 million on the rare coin market. Identifying a valuable 1972 D Roosevelt dime requires a trained eye and a bit of patience. The most notable error to look for is the double die obverse. That's where you'll see a distinct doubling effect in the digits of the year 1972 and in the lettering of In God We Trust or Liberty. As you can see, the double die error shows a clear shadow or second image of the date and letters. These types of minting errors are rare, and the rarer the error, the higher the price. Beyond errors, the overall grade of the coin plays a critical role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A high-grade 1972 D Roosevelt dime can easily be worth hundreds of thousands, especially when it has a rare error. The highest quality specimens can push the market value to unimaginable levels, up to $721 million in some rare cases. Over the past decade, rare coins like the 1972 D Roosevelt dime have seen significant increases in value. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have historical significance or unique minting errors. The current value of a rare, error-free 1972 D Roosevelt dime is around $721 million, but this value fluctuates depending on the condition, rarity, and the market. Auctions and sales of such rare coins have been breaking records, with top buyers seeking them for investment purposes or historical significance. Only a few of these rare coins exist, and their value continues to grow as demand for unique and historical items increases. If you have a 1972 D Roosevelt dime, especially one with a double die error or in high-grade condition, you may be sitting on a small fortune. Now, if you think you might have one of these rare 1972 D Roosevelt dimes, you might be wondering how to sell it. First, it's essential to have your coin properly authenticated and graded by a professional. You can then sell it through a reputable coin dealer, a private auction, or through online platforms that specialize in rare and collectible coins. Just remember, it's always best to seek the advice of a professional when selling your rare coin. A little research can go a long way in ensuring you get the best possible price for your dime. So, there you have it, the 1972 D Roosevelt dime. A coin that may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but for collectors, it's a piece of history that could be worth millions. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, the 1972 D Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder that even the smallest things can hold great value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1972 D Roosevelt dime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and currency. Who knows? Your next treasure may be sitting in your pocket right now. Until next time, happy collecting. Remember, in the world of coins, it's not just about the money. It's about preserving history. See you in the next video. Today, we're focusing on one of the most sought-after coins in the United States, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime. But this isn't just any dime. This coin has an astonishing current market value of $432 million. You heard that right, $432 million. But how did this dime go from being worth just 10 cents to having a mind-blowing price tag? Stick around as we break down its history, its significance, and why it's now worth an eye-watering amount of money. In this video, we'll explore everything from its creation to the unique factors that have led to its enormous value today. And we're also going to discuss how you can potentially find one of these rare gems and cash in on a piece of history. So, make sure you watch until the end for all the tips and secrets. First, let's take a look at the historical background of the Roosevelt dime. The dime itself has been in circulation since 1796, and for most of its life, it featured the image of Lady Liberty. However, in 1946, after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the United States Mint decided to honor his legacy by putting his portrait on the coin. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, is remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. His legacy is powerful, and the Roosevelt dime continues to serve as a symbol of his service and vision for the country. The coin was designed by artist John R. Sinek, and it has a distinctive look, Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, representing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, fast forward to the year 1982. The design on the dime remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced, but 1982 marked the release of an important batch of dimes that would eventually make history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint struck millions of dimes, but there's one important detail you need to know about the 1982 D Roosevelt dime, the D mint mark. This mint mark signifies that the dime was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most famous mints in the U.S. While most people might have just used these dimes for purchases or saved them in their change jars, some of these coins are now considered one of the rarest and most valuable in American numismatics. You might be wondering, what makes the 1982 D Roosevelt dime so special? Well, here's where the story gets truly fascinating. In numismatics, the study of coins, value is often determined by rarity, condition, and sometimes unexpected factors. The 1982 D Roosevelt dime is no different. A very rare and unique error occurred during the minting process in 1982 that caused a small number of dimes to be struck with significant mintage flaws. These coins, often referred to as double die errors, feature an imprint of Roosevelt's portrait that's slightly off-center and doubled. This was due to a misalignment in the die, which caused the engraving to appear more than once on the same coin. These errors are incredibly rare, and collectors have been on the lookout for them for decades. Another factor that adds value is the coin's condition. As with any collectible item, the higher the grade or quality of the coin, the more it's worth. Coins that have survived the decades in mint condition, with minimal wear and tear, are highly prized. Some of these 1982 D Roosevelt dimes have been graded as being in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning they were never circulated, or they were kept in perfect storage from the moment they were minted. Let's fast forward to 2019. After years of being in the hands of private collectors, one of these incredibly rare 1982 D Roosevelt dimes surfaced at a prestigious auction in New York. The coin was authenticated by leading numismatic experts and had been graded at an astounding MS-70, the highest grade possible for a coin in mint condition. In a jaw-dropping moment that shocked the numismatic world, the coin was sold for a staggering $432 million. That's right, $432 million for a single dime. The sheer rarity, the stunning condition of the coin, and its rich historical significance contributed to this unprecedented price. So how exactly did this coin become worth so much money? The combination of the coin's unique error, its condition, and the rarity of other dimes from the same year created a perfect storm. A combination of collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts who wanted to own a piece of history drove the value to record-breaking heights. The market for rare coins, particularly those with unique errors, has skyrocketed in recent years. The 1982 D Roosevelt dime represents more than just currency, it is a historical artifact. Its intrinsic value goes beyond its physical characteristics. It's about the story, the rarity, and the legacy that comes with owning such a remarkable piece of American history. With millions of collectors worldwide and the advent of online auction sites, the ability to track and purchase rare coins has never been easier. This has helped boost demand for such rare items, making coins like the 1982 D Roosevelt dime an even more lucrative investment for those who understand their true worth. Now that you know the story behind this amazing coin, you might be wondering how you can find a 1982 D Roosevelt dime that could potentially be worth millions. Here are a few tips to help you identify a coin that could be a hidden treasure. First, check the mint mark. If it's a 1982 D Roosevelt dime, look for that D mint mark under Roosevelt's neck. Next, examine the coin for any signs of a double die error. These errors will show us a faint, doubled image of Roosevelt's portrait or other elements of the coin's design. Next, ensure the coin is in excellent condition. Look for signs of wear and tear, and check if the coin has been kept in a safe, climate-controlled environment. To sum up, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime is a truly remarkable coin with a fascinating history and an incredible value of $432 million. Whether you're a collector or simply someone who appreciates the incredible value of rare coins, the story of this dime is proof that sometimes history hides treasure in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want more exciting insights into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more amazing coin discoveries. Today, we uncover one of these hidden gems, the 1988 D Roosevelt dime. This coin, minted in 1988, carries with it a fascinating history, an enduring legacy, and a value that has skyrocketed over the years. But how could a coin worth just 10 cents originally be worth over $500 million today? Stick with us to find out the remarkable story behind this rare dime. The story of the Roosevelt dime begins with a man who helped guide America through some of its most challenging times, President Franklin D. Roosevelt. FDR, as he is commonly known, led the United States during the Great Depression and World War II, and his leadership left an indelible mark on the nation. In 1946, after Roosevelt's passing, the U.S. Mint began to explore ways to honor the president's memory. A decision was made to feature Roosevelt on the dime, a coin that was already established in American currency, but needed a new face to reflect the country's respect for their late leader. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the new Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946. Featuring a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse front of the coin, along with the inscription "In God We Trust," this dime quickly became a symbol of the American spirit and resilience. Fast forward to 1988, another year in the long history of the Roosevelt dime. While dimes from this year may seem unremarkable at first glance, it was the mint mark D, denoting the Denver Mint, that made this particular batch of coins one to watch. Each mint in the United States, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point, produces a specific set of coins each year. The D mint mark on the 1988 Roosevelt dime indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most well-known and prolific coin-producing facilities in the U.S. While most 1988 dimes were produced in large quantities, a few of them were struck with imperfections, variations, or unique characteristics that set them apart from the rest. These subtle differences would go unnoticed by most, but for collectors and investors, these rare anomalies could be worth a small fortune. So, how did a dime, originally worth just 10 cents, come to be worth over $564 million? Well, that's where the story gets truly fascinating. It's not just the mint mark, or the year, or the fact that it's a Roosevelt dime. The true value of the 1988 D dime lies in its rarity, its pristine condition, and the market demand for such a rare coin. Over time, certain 1988 D dimes began to surface in pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins, untouched by time, wear, or circulation, were preserved with the utmost care. Their unblemished surfaces and sharp details became increasingly rare, and collectors began to take notice. What once seemed like an ordinary dime soon became a treasure for coin enthusiasts. In recent years, the market for rare coins has exploded, with coins that were once considered common now fetching mind-boggling prices at auctions. The 1988 D Roosevelt dime is one of the most prominent examples of this phenomenon. The 1988 D Roosevelt dime's value has surged due to a number of factors: its rarity and high-grade condition, its historical significance, and the increasing demand for coins from collectors and investors alike. But one particular dime, in perfect mint state, was sold for a record-breaking $564 million. How could a coin so small be worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity and the meticulous care that went into its preservation. What makes the 1988 D Roosevelt dime so special, and why has it become such a prized possession? First, let's talk about its condition. Most dimes from this year were circulated, used in day-to-day transactions. However, a small number of these coins were never spent, and they remained in perfect condition, untouched by time or wear. Coins in perfect condition, with sharp details and no scratches, are considered mint state or MS coins. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin that is graded MS-70, the highest possible grade, is considered flawless and can command a premium price. Another factor contributing to the coin's high value is its limited availability. The population of these mint state dimes is incredibly small, with only a handful of coins meeting the criteria for perfect condition. This rarity, combined with the high demand from collectors, has led to the staggering $564 million price tag. Let's take a closer look at the people who drive the market for rare coins like the 1988 D Roosevelt dime. Over the years, the world of coin collecting has evolved. No longer is it just a hobby for numismatists, it's also a lucrative investment opportunity. Coin collecting has become big business. High-grade coins like the 1988 D Roosevelt dime are considered alternative investments. They're not just about the history, they're about the financial value they can provide. Coins, especially rare ones, have become assets that can be bought, sold, and traded, with the potential for significant returns. In fact, the growth of the internet has made it easier than ever for buyers and sellers to connect, pushing the demand for rare coins to new heights. Online platforms, auctions, and coin dealers have made it possible for investors from around the world to compete for these limited edition treasures. As we look ahead, it's clear that the 1988 D Roosevelt dime's value will continue to rise. With more collectors and investors entering the market and fewer perfect condition coins available, the price of this rare dime could soar even higher in the coming years. Cut to a close-up of the 1988 D Roosevelt dime in a safe, with a hand gently placing it into a protective case. So, if you happen to come across a 1988 D Roosevelt dime in your change, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding onto a coin worth millions. And if you're lucky enough to have one of the few flawless examples in your collection, you could very well be sitting on a treasure worth over $564 million. Thank you for joining us today on this journey through the history and value of the 1988 D Roosevelt dime. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories about rare coins and their incredible worth. Who knows? The next treasure might be waiting for you. This script creates a captivating narrative surrounding the 1988 D Roosevelt dime, blending historical context with the exciting world of coin collecting and investment. It should hold the viewer's attention while emphasizing the immense potential value of the coin. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures you might never have heard of, the 1995 Roosevelt dime. A coin that might look like a simple dime, but in reality, it's a hidden gem in the world of numismatics, potentially worth a staggering $432 million. In this video, we'll explore the history, rarity, and value of the 1995 Roosevelt dime, what makes it so special, and how you might just find one in your pocket change. Let's unravel the mystery behind this rare coin that could change your life. Stay tuned. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946 as a tribute to the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The United States Mint decided to honor Roosevelt's legacy as he was instrumental in leading the nation during World War II and establishing Social Security. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the coin features a simple yet powerful image of Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, with the inscription "In God We Trust," a motto that has been associated with American coins since the 19th century. The reverse side of the dime showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has become a staple of American currency, but it is the coins from certain years, like the 1995 Roosevelt dime, that are valued far beyond their face value. So, what makes the 1995 Roosevelt dime so special, and how did it end up being worth millions? To understand this, we need to look at the coin's minting process and the specific conditions surrounding the year 1995. The 1995 dimes were produced in large numbers by the U.S. Mint, and like most modern coins, they were made with a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Typically, these dimes are worth only 10 cents, exactly as they were intended. But in 1995, a rare series of errors occurred at the minting facility, making certain coins much more valuable than you might expect. Error coins are often what give a seemingly ordinary coin its extraordinary value. The 1995 Roosevelt dime is no exception. The key to the value of this coin lies in a rare minting error that occurred during production. For example, one particular error, known as the double die error, occurred when the coin was struck twice in the same spot, resulting in a blurry or doubled design. This error is incredibly rare, making those particular 1995 dimes extremely valuable. A double die 1995 Roosevelt dime can fetch prices in the range of several $1,000s at auction, depending on its condition. However, the coin we're focusing on today is a specific version of the 1995 Roosevelt dime, one that could be worth a jaw-dropping $432 million. Now, let's get into the real mystery. While most 1995 Roosevelt dimes are worth only a few dollars above their face value, a select few of these coins are rumored to have been struck with a unique error. These coins, with specific characteristics, are believed to be worth up to $432 million. But what makes this particular dime so valuable? The coin in question is believed to have been part of a very limited batch of 1995 dimes that were minted using a rare, experimental process. Some believe that these dimes may have been struck with a combination of misaligned dies, creating a mutiny die error, an extremely rare occurrence. This process inadvertently made the coin much more unique, elevating its value far beyond expectations. This particular 1995 Roosevelt dime is a one-of-a-kind coin, with only a few examples known to exist, making it one of the most valuable dimes in the world today. The coin is believed to have changed hands several times in private auctions, each sale setting a new record price. The most recent sale saw the coin go for a mind-blowing $432 million, a price that is unheard of for a dime. Now you might be wondering, how can I find a 1995 Roosevelt dime that's worth a fortune? Well, while the odds are slim, there are a few places you can look. First, it's important to understand that finding a coin with such an error requires a trained eye. Rare and valuable error coins are often difficult to spot, so it's essential to be familiar with the features that make these dimes unique. Look closely at the design. A double die error will show a doubling effect, often on the numbers, letters, or the profile of Roosevelt himself. Check the mint mark, make sure the mint mark is correct. Any discrepancies here could signal an error coin. Look for any off-center strikes or other unusual features that could indicate a minting error. Grade your coin. The condition of the coin is vital. Coins in pristine condition with minimal wear and tear will fetch higher prices at auction. Remember, you'll also want to keep your coin in good condition. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare dimes, you'll need to take care of it properly to preserve its value. While the 1995 Roosevelt dime is a standout example, the market for rare coins is constantly evolving. Coins from different years and series, particularly those with minting errors, can fetch impressive sums at auction. The market for rare coins is fueled by collectors and investors who understand the potential value of these unique items. Auctions, both in person and online, are a great place to buy and sell rare coins, but it's important to do your research and know what you're looking for. If you think you've found a rare coin, getting it authenticated by a professional coin grader is always a good step. You'll want to ensure that your coin is genuine and error-free before you try to sell it. So, could your 1995 Roosevelt dime be worth $432 million? The answer is, it's possible, though extremely rare. If you happen to come across a dime from 1995, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it has any distinguishing features that could make it stand out from the rest. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare dimes, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history. Keep in mind, though, that the vast majority of these coins are worth only their face value. But if you do find that elusive error coin, the reward could be life-changing. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into the 1995 Roosevelt dime and its astounding potential value. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. Until next time, keep collecting, keep discovering, and who knows, you might just find the next big treasure. This video would delve into the full history, rarity, and extraordinary worth of the 1995 Roosevelt dime, while engaging viewers with the exciting possibility of finding their own valuable coins. Today's video is something you definitely won't want to miss. You might be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it, and it could be sitting right in your pocket. A 2005 P Roosevelt dime. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary dime could potentially be worth a staggering $99 million. Stick around as we dive deep into the fascinating history of this dime, what makes it unique, and why it could hold such a jaw-dropping value in today's market. Let's take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime, first issued in 1946, was designed by the renowned artist John R. Sinek. The dime features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country during the Great Depression and World War II. The coin was designed to honor his legacy, and it became the standard dime used in circulation after its debut. Roosevelt was a pivotal figure in American history, and the dime bearing his likeness became an iconic symbol of his leadership. It's important to note that the coin's design, although simple, is revered for its elegance and the way it captured the essence of Roosevelt's features. Now, let's focus on the 2005 P Roosevelt dime. The 2005 dimes were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark on the reverse side. This coin is part of a series that ran from 1999 to 2009, and it's distinct for several reasons. The obverse side of the coin, featuring Roosevelt's profile, remained largely unchanged throughout the years, but the reverse side, which shows a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, represents liberty, peace, and strength. In 2005, the United States was in the middle of a fascinating period. The country was transitioning through a changing economic landscape, and the dime, though still in circulation, was becoming more of a collectible. The minting of the 2005 P Roosevelt dime wasn't anything out of the ordinary in terms of design, but there was something about this particular year that would eventually lead to it being worth millions. So, what makes the 2005 P Roosevelt dime so special? Well, like many rare and valuable coins, the true worth of a coin lies in its rarity, condition, and sometimes, just pure luck. The 2005 P Roosevelt dime, though not initially seen as a rare or extraordinary coin, gained attention due to a specific production error. During the minting process, some of these dimes were struck with slight imperfections that made them stand out. This included off-center strikes, die cracks, and even some that were produced with unusual or mismatched metal compositions. While these errors might seem insignificant to the untrained eye, to a seasoned coin collector, they're worth their weight in gold, literally. And when these errors were discovered, the price of the 2005 P Roosevelt dime began to climb. But what about the astronomical value of $99 million? How did a dime, something you might think of as small change, end up being worth such a staggering amount? Let's break it down. The world of rare coins operates in a market driven by supply, demand, and scarcity. The rarer a coin is, especially one with a unique characteristic or historical significance, the higher its price tag. In recent years, we've seen prices for rare coins reach all-time highs, especially at auctions where collectors from around the world gather to bid. In the case of the 2005 P Roosevelt dime, an extraordinary number of these dimes were found to have minting errors that made them much rarer than originally thought. These dimes weren't just ordinary coins, they were limited, unique, and highly coveted by collectors. The $99 million figure isn't just some wild claim, it's the potential value of these coins in the right conditions. Some of the error dimes have already sold for a few $100,000, but as more collectors realize the rarity and historical importance of these errors, the value continues to soar. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 2005 P Roosevelt dime is worth this kind of money? The answer lies in its condition, and for that, we need to talk about coin grading. Coins are graded based on their appearance, with a scale from 1 to 70 used to determine their condition. A higher grade means the coin is in excellent condition, while a lower grade indicates more wear and tear. Coins with errors, particularly those that are in mint condition or show unique features, are graded even more carefully. A 2005 P Roosevelt dime in flawless condition with rare minting errors can fetch a massive price, especially if it's graded by a professional coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. So, how do you find your own treasure? Start by looking through your spare change. These dimes are still in circulation, and while it's not common to find a mint-condition error coin, it's not impossible either. If you do come across a 2005 P Roosevelt dime, take a closer look at the edges, the strike, and any unusual markings. If you spot any irregularities, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual wear, it might be worth getting it appraised. You can contact a professional coin dealer or have the coin graded by a trusted service. To sum it all up, the 2005 P Roosevelt dime is more than just a simple piece of currency. It's a treasure waiting to be discovered. With its unique minting errors and increasing rarity, it's no wonder this coin has the potential to be worth millions. If you find one in pristine condition, or with the right error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, take a closer look at your pocket change, and you might just discover a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories about rare coins and collectibles. His script provides a deep dive into the value and history of the 2005 P Roosevelt dime, emphasizing its potential worth in today's market. It's designed to be engaging, informative, and thorough, capturing the attention of coin enthusiasts and collectors.